each other by the time. Yeah. Because I feel like my mental capacity is starting to, there's so many different alternatives and ways and opportunities, like my brain's starting to like get.
Yep, we're ready.
Tick tock, tick tock. Hey. You are.
Okay. I'll call the meeting to order. Its agenda, date, time, and location were properly announced. We'll start off tonight with the minutes of the regular meeting of October 16th, 2023, the annual meeting of October 23rd, 2023, and the special meeting of October 23rd, 2023. Is there a motion to approve the minutes? Rini, second? Katie, any corrections? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next we have, payment of the bills. Is there a motion to approve the, amount for October of $755,961.34?
So moved.
Matt, is there a second?
A second. No.
Chuck,
Sure.
any questions or discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And the cash summary?
I just wanted to bring your attention, I know we had some questions last month about a large check that was written out for Disney. As you can see here, that this is the revenue from all the kids at Kids, so just kind of how that works with that process. Other than that, I had no other questions that were asked to me.
And donations?
No donations, I think with, the last couple of months here, and Giving Tuesday being, when is it?
Next week.
Next week, so, I think this is the first thing to remember, all of a sudden, Kim and I were thinking, I don't think we had a single one this month, so.
Alright, and I didn't have any comments from the public. So, FFA, look at that, you guys timed that just
Perfect
right.
time.
Alright, good evening, everybody. My name is Ms. Raffy. I'm the agricultural teacher and FFA advisor. This is my 9th year, and my 10th year of attending conventions as a student and as an adult now.
Good evening, my name is Kylie Brooks. I'm a junior this year. This is my 3rd year in FFA and my 2nd year attending National FFA Convention. My name is Amanda Tetzlaff, and I'm also a junior, and this is my 3rd year in FFA, and this is my first time attending National FFA Convention. My name is Amanda Tetzlaff. I am a junior in high school. I've been in FFA for 3 years, and this is my first year attending National Convention. My name is Trudy Gentges. I'm a junior. This is my 3rd year attending National Convention and my 3rd year in FFA.
And you'll notice there's a couple other people on the photo there, one from Disney, and one had a personal equipment, and we cannot forget.
Hi everyone, I'm Miss Bibbs. I am Miss Radke, student teacher this semester. This is, I believe, my 4th year attending National FFA Convention, my 1st year attending as an advisor, or like an advisor equivalent. What did I forget? I was an FFA for 4 years and received my American degree last year.
Okay. On our way down, our first stop was Albany's Candy Factory, which we got about 45 minutes to go and explore the candy factory and purchase some candy of our own, which we got you guys some gummy bears. And then our second stop was at Fair Oaks Farm, and we each got to individually tour the farm and go in different buildings. We went in a calving barn, so we got to see a cow have her baby. And then we also went in a crop building, and we got to do a lot of interactive activities and just explore the farm ourselves.
Next, on Friday morning, it was our first day at the convention center. We got to attend the opening session, and we got to listen to the keynote speaker, Juan Bendanya. Juan is a motivational speaker, so it was really cool to listen to him. He went over a couple personal anecdotes of times that he had to face some personal challenges, one of them being horseback riding through the jungle in a different country. Being the biggest guy in his group, he was given the smallest horse to ride on, and that horse's name was Pepe. So throughout his excursion going through the jungle, he encountered a rattlesnake while riding on Pepe, and usually Pepe would run away or be scared of the rattlesnake, but in this case, Pepe used confidence to face the rattlesnake and overcome his fear.
And then after each session, we would be able to explore the expo hall and shopping mall And in the expo hall, there were just a lot of colleges, like showing off their agricultural side of the college and teaching us about what would happen if we went there. And in the shopping mall, we were able to buy some clothes and explore and talk to each vendor. There were also over like 200 companies talking about their agriculture.
On Thursday afternoon, we got to go to a escape room. This escape room focused on communication as well as saving the world. We had a series of different rooms that we had to get through one at a time. It involved lots of communication and a little bit of crawling, and it was very fun.
And then we started our morning off on Friday morning at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, which was also known as the Brickyard, and where they do the Indy 500. So we got to take a lap around the track, and we got a tour of it, and then we got to stop at the bricks, which was also the finish line, and we got to go out, get on the ground, and kiss the bricks, which was pretty cool. And then we also found out that when the drivers win the race, they get to pick a certain kind of milk that they want, and then they get to chug it after the race. And then after that, we went to the museum that they had there, and we got to explore that and like learn about the different racers and their like experiences.
So next we got to watch our very own Amy Gentjes, who's serving as the Wisconsin State FFA Secretary this year, receive her American FFA degree. So if you're not aware, the American degree in FFA is a degree that less than 1% of members as a total achieve. So you have to put in a crucial amount of hours and dedication to your SAE project. And in this case, we're very proud to watch Amy walk across the stage.
On Friday night, we got to go to the world's toughest rodeo and watch some bull riding as well as bareback and just learn about some of the Cowboys' experiences and how they got to where they are in the rodeo.
We are very thankful that you guys let us attend National Convention once again. Through National Convention, we are able to form lots of memories and friendships. My favorite part of National Convention would have to be the bonding between the bus ride and the hotel and the overall convention.
My favorite part of National Convention would also have to be the bonding, but mine was at Golden Corral when we all got to watch the sunset.
My favorite memory was going to the Speedway and seeing how actually big it is, because I've been to a bunch of other ones, and this was the biggest one, so I thought that was pretty cool.
My favorite part of National FFA Convention was definitely the places that we stopped at on our way down. So at Fair Oaks, you can see we were in the crop building there. We got to take a bunch of pictures with the interactive activities.
And I've been a few times, but this was a record-breaking year, so there were 72,954 members, guests, and advisors all coming to Indianapolis. So one of my favorite things is when we go around and it is a sea of corduroy in downtown Indy, and how the people who have no idea what FFA is or the tie to agriculture, any of that, and members get to talk about that in a restaurant or while waiting in line for something, and they see high school students dressed up pretty professionally and like, what are they doing? And getting to see that, I think, is pretty neat. The other thing that I wanted to mention was when we went to the Speedway, even the employees there, some of them had been in FFA and they were wearing their jackets, and I was just impressed they still fit in them. So just the pride that's there when they bring the FFA members back in.
So once again, we just want to say thank you for supporting us in all that we do.
Thank you. Thanks always, right? Nice to meet you.
right, who gets to follow that? Mike?
Nate gets to follow those with referendum updates. But no, I think for referendum updates, we'll be talking a lot about this. But I think for the referendum update that for the board is, our bids came back Thursday and, as I shared, they came back favorably. We have, some things that we need to discuss in closed session and we'll kind of go from there, but overall, we have lots of discussion, but they came back favorably. Let's leave it at that.
Okay. Board committee reports, curriculum met tonight.
So Rena, you are on the, you want to say something or you want me to say something?
You can say it.
Okay, perfect. All of a sudden I looked at like, who was on there and I didn't warn you. So, the curriculum committee met tonight. One for graduation requirements is just an information item, but we will be voting on some proposed new high school courses later on in our meeting.
Okay. And building reports. Susan, you get the whole thing.
Whole kit and caboodle.
And as
You have
she's
to
getting
put your
ready,
candy away now.
No.
Becky came down with a fever and a cough and we have some things going around. So like, you know what? We'll be fine without you. And hopefully she's feeling better tonight. Maybe even online watching. So
for the strong classroom, so a group of elementary teachers, so a team of elementary teachers, they are piloting 2 different reading curriculums to add in addition supplementary resources with what they're doing in classroom. So one of those is the Wonders Reading Program. So there was a team of them that went to, I believe, Connecticut, schools, elementary schools, and they were able to observe them in action, utilizing the curriculum, teaching the wonders, and they just came back so energized by what they saw. Not just with the curriculum, but also just with instructional practices that they're really excited to share with the rest of their team. So that was really a worthwhile trip for them. Green and Gold Career Day, 8th grade, they go each year, and they went last week, Green and Gold Career Day, and they said it was a really great experience. The kids came back very excited, hearing about the different job opportunities and talking to different people, so it was really a great experience. Strong culture, so the middle school and the elementary, they work in tandem with their themes. This month's theme, which starts in November and then goes into December, is friendship and gratitude, and doing a community service project, a food drive with that to benefit our food pantry. So go ahead and we will take your canned items anytime. So we're looking at on December 13th to bring in a speaker. His name is Steve Jones. He's out of the Appleton area.
Yep.
Correct?
was that?
And so he speaks nationally on really empowering students to be their own personal leaders, but they're the ones that create the best school culture. And so we thought with, we're really trying to put an emphasis on the middle and high school of student empowerment, empowering students to be the voice, to be the leaders, to be setting the tone for our overall school culture. And so he's going to kick off a presentation. He's going to we're going to do a freshman to junior presentation, but then we're going to have our seniors do their own separate presentation because it's a little bit different then. This is their senior year, so really how can we empower them as they're moving into college. And then he'll meet with middle school and do a student presentation. And then he's going to meet with our class advisors, all of them, as our student leader, just their own group. And the same with our student leadership group at the middle school. Then he's going to finish off the day where we already have a staff meeting scheduled for middle and high school that day. He's going to meet with the staff about our role in really motivating and bringing it all together. So we're very excited to be welcoming Steve on Wednesday, December 13th. And then freshman mentor program. This is an idea between Jake Rios, high school counselor, and Kim Rogers, middle school counselor. Those two working together on how can we really prepare our 8th graders coming up into high school. And so they put together this idea, this model of having freshman mentors, which is our upperclassmen that will work with different freshmen to really ready them for the high school experience. But they're gonna start meeting with them as eighth graders. So right now, he's got 11 students interested. He's gonna start training, with them over the next 2 months, so that way come next semester, they're gonna start working with our eighth graders to really start looking ahead and preparing them for high school. So we're very excited about adding that into our transition repertoire. So strong community connections, career speakers. As a part of our AR academic and career planning lesson, we invite different people and different alumni who are already out in the working world and to share their experiences with their students. In the past, we have done it as a panel of 5 or 7. This year, we're doing it a little bit different where we're inviting 5 different speakers in, but they're going to come in at one at a time and talk about their specialty. So we just had our first speaker, Birnbaum, and she came in to talk about nursing and being a travel nurse. And that experience, what was her educational experience leading up to that, as well as what did she like about, or not like about high school, but what did she experience in high school that prepared her for that. So it really was a nice Q&A, getting a lot more intimate with that person in that career pathway. So we've got 4 more speakers scheduled out over the next few months. And then our veterans program, just wanted to highlight that. It's a wonderful program. Cindy Barber and Libby Poole working with Mike Strimberger as well as our air team, our Legions, put together another wonderful program there. So it's just inspiring. I think we just get better every year with what we do. So New Horizons UCC, working with them, they're going to be donating 15 Thanksgiving dinners, the whole shebang, turkey, all the fixings, and the desserts, to families that are in need. So our counselors are going to be working closely with them and being able to get those dinners out. So we're very grateful for their support. And public library outreach, Becky put that on, and I don't really know.
So yeah, no, this is really kind of exciting. Cameron at the public library reached out. And it was something that we tried to, and I think Cameron's in a good place. Lisa Grubasek's in a good place, and with Becky. Our classes are going to have a rotation that they'll be going over to the Lakeview Public Library multiple times throughout the year. So we'll use our transit, they'll go over there, they'll check out books, they're gonna be working with us. This is the closest that we've worked, they've been doing other things with us, but this is really exciting how, we're gonna be working, with them. We asked our classroom teachers what they thought. According to Becky, everybody was really excited about this. So just another strong community connection that we're building, and making it part of the curriculum for, instead of staying in our library here, now once, I think it's every 3 to 6 weeks, they can go over to the Lakeview Public Library.
And then lastly, want to end with student acknowledgement. So we have our for our fall sports. Football, we had Fulton recognized for offense lineman, second team, and defensive outside linebacker, honorable mention. Nicholas, defense back, second team. Isaac, offense end, honorable mention. And Tyler, offense back, second team. For soccer, Preston, honorable mention. And Yuri, honorable mention. Volleyball, Trista, honorable mention. Michaela, honorable mention. Jayla, honorable mention. And then ending with esports, our Smash team and our Smite team both are going on to state. It was nail biters down at the end, came down to the one student to make or break winning and going. So want to give a shout out to our captain, Tucker on the Smash team and Clayton on the Smite, along with Xavier, Sutton, Braden, Griffin, and Caden as part of the members there. So we would have done well on their state journey.
All right, does anyone have any questions?
I just have a couple, on the freshman mentor program. Is that everyone participates or it's optional?
For the mentors or for the students?
It sounded like you said there were 11 mentors that'll be trained for that, but then for the freshmen,
Is that? I'm not sure how they're looking to do that. I think they not necessarily optional, want a team, a mentor up with every single incoming just to help with that transition. But given that we're only starting up with 11, it might be in small groups, like 2 or 3.
And then kind of the same question for the career speaker. So when the speaker comes in, does everyone go and attend that, or just the people interested in that career pathway?
Everyone goes and attends.
Okay.
For right now. Yep, so we have them in the auditorium and then we open it up. We figured it's probably good, maybe even someone who wasn't thinking about that career, but just hearing about that experience might spark something too.
Thank you. All right. Anyone else?
What is the esports state competition?
For fall season this year, it's going to be at Lakeland and the 2nd of December. So that's close, so folks can come and watch.
Is that you making that noise, Mike? That's quite the entrance music you have.
All right, next we have new courses for 24-25.
Okay, so, going behind here, Mike got me distracted over there with his entrance music. The committee, we spoke today about a couple classes that we're looking at transitioning. I don't know, Susan, you want to give kind of the synopsis of what we're looking at from here?
So we would like to, we're recommending adding AP Spanish. This would be in replacement of Spanish 4 and Spanish 5. Just because we haven't been seeing the students to be able to get up to that level, to be able to take all the way up to 4 and 5. But taking the AP Spanish also then, if they take the test at a certain score, then they're able to earn some college points. So we feel it's going to be a nice, rigorous course to add, as well as allowing kids then to get to that upper level Spanish before they. The next class is AP Psychology. We're looking at adding this as a part of our social studies repertoire. It will alternate years with AP Euro, European history. So this year we offered AP Euro. Next year we would hope to offer AP Psychology, and then we'll just alternate back and forth. And that'll be a nice addition to our overall social studies courses. And it will be Mrs. Walters, Elizabeth Walters, who will teach that, and it'll be Wendy Hoffman, who's certified to teach the AP Spanish. The Introduction to Professional Nursing. This is a asynchronous course online that is offered through UW Oshkosh as a CAT class. So it'll be a nice addition where students can take that who are definitely interested in going into that medical or nursing route. It's sort of that precursor course to moving into that major as they go to college.
And before I throw it to the committee, I just want to, one thing I had said in the committee meeting, offering more AP classes has hoops, right? We know there's a higher rigor, there's an assessment that goes with it, and there's work that goes to it. So kudos to all of our high school team for saying, hey, we want to offer these to our students, and we're willing to take on the hoops that come with AP to offer these classes. So this is all really things that are exciting. Anybody from the committee, anything they want to add? Okay, that's unique too.
I think we had a good discussion. Actually, another question just popped in my mind. What about students that maybe have had a hard time getting AP Euro in their schedule, and now maybe they were waiting for next year to take it? It sounds like that won't be offered. It would be AP Psychology.
Knowing that wasn't something out there, we'll work with any student where they're like, I really want to take AP Euro, or we can do
To the law, they're going to meet the same type of requirement in college, right? Like they're touching, unless our history major, then they're needing it's your own set of studies. But if they're looking to get like a social sciences in college, then they might be interested in one over the other.
All right, is there a motion to approve? Katie and Rena? Any other discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Informational graduation requirement update?
Sure, Susan, you wanna just kinda give a high
Sure.
overview of that as well?
So we require 28 credits for students to graduate. So we're not looking at changing anything with that, but we are looking at providing more specificity with what that entails to meet those 28 credits. So if you see at that one with 3 credits of science, so right now, our students are required to have 3 credits of science. 1 credit of earth-based, 1 credit of general bio, and another that's just an elective class. They can pick any other science class. What we have found looking at our data, and this was the science department, as they've been digging into their data, looking at how students are performing on the ACT with the rigor of that, they're realizing that we're missing standards with where the kids are falling short in their performance on the ACT. So where those standards are at are these classes. So what they'd like to propose is that in place of that 1 elective credit, is that they'd like to have students then take 1 credit of physical science chemistry, physical science physics, or chemistry physics, or AP chemistry or physics. So it gives them 3 different levels of types of classes in order to meet that requirement. They still need to take a science class, we're not changing that, but really trying to direct them to the classes that have those standards that will directly correlate, and they'll see on the ACT stuff. We're hoping to see that impact positively on our overall ACT performance. And we're looking to start that with the class of 2027, which is our current freshman. And then down at the bottom, we also require students 13 credits of additional core classes and or elective classes. So we'd like to give that a little more description. And of those 13 credits, we'd like 2 credits to be core academic classes, which fall into the ELA, math, science, or social studies arena. But students will also need to complete a half credit of required half credit of personal finance that just went into place through DPI now, and then a half credit of career exploration experience. In 3 years, DPI is indicating that every student before they graduate will need to have career exploration experience to include a job shadow prior to graduation. So we'd like to get that on our books now to be setting us up in the right place where we want students to be. So we're looking at putting that requirement in place with the class of 2028, which would be our incoming prep. And so then the remaining 11 credits will still be elective classes of their choice. And that can be anything that they take.
And I think with both of these topics, just to kind of share, I feel like we're tightening up the high school even a little bit more and finding opportunities that will help our students be even more successful. So this isn't a policy change, so we don't need approval. It's really within the policy that some of these changes are being made. But we wanted this group to know some of the work that's being done. There's a lot of work that goes into things like this. But I think the most exciting about this is these are things our staff are asking for, high school administration are working together on. So these are all really, really nice ways to just keep tightening up what we're doing in the high school.
All right, any questions?
Just want to make a comment. I like the idea of the personal finance being required. I was shocked at how many kids coming out of high school don't have a basic concept of how to even run a checkbook or something like that. I mean, unless they're being taught at home, but it's a basic skill.
And you know, you're seeing us do things around pathways, around careers, around personal finance. When we talk about what a graduate looks like from Random Lake, these are the things we want to see out of our graduates, that they're ready for that next step. And I think we've been doing a pretty darn good job, but these are some things that help us even keep improving what we do.
Okay, that takes us to the football survey.
Perfect. And I know most of us have seen it. I just would like to thank the entire community. 162 responses for a survey is always good. And really, we were asked them three questions on where were they most open to help us with some of our numbers. As you know, next year, our team will be starting off somewhere in that high teens, low 20s, as far as the number of our students that we see coming out. So this was the first piece of it, was where are our stakeholders most interested in exploring. And as you can see, the one with the co-op with Northern Ozaki was the one that came back most favorable. From this, I can give everybody an update. Northern Ozaki has seen this. We've had initial meeting. From that initial meeting, they are having a conversation right around now. They may already had that conversation to see where their stakeholders are. And as they're preparing, we did reach out, and the Big East would support us in doing a co-op and allowing us to compete next year as a co-op team. The WIAA had said that, yes, you can, but we wouldn't be eligible for the next 2 years for playoffs, which we knew when we didn't do the co-op last October, not last month, but 13 months ago. So I think everything right now is kind of green lit. We're gonna follow up after this meeting with the Ozaki administration here after Thanksgiving, and if those conversations went well, we may be presenting a co-op opportunity at the December board. So I think we're taking all the necessary steps moving forward with this, and if anything changes, we'll let you know. But right now, it's going as we, as our community wants, as we kind of thought would be the best way of moving forward, and how we have moved forward with our soccer teams. With that. So, any questions or comments? They didn't. They didn't do a survey. I think they were doing something different with just their, with like their football. So they took it a little bit. Yeah.
All righty. That takes us to coaches, co-curricular coaches. So there are a couple new names on there. Most of them are repeats. And then into co-curricular volunteer coaches. Looks like most of those are repeats.
We thank all of our volunteer coaches, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And anyone that coaches.
Yes. And then that takes us right into informational items.
Okay, well, we'll make this quick. I know we have a pretty long closed session. So Veterans Day, Susan did a nice job to talk about Veterans Day. I just wanted to put some numbers behind it with here. When we started, when a few years ago, we go back, we had 12 to 14 chairs up in the front, and we would have most of them filled with our veterans. This last Veterans Day, we had, I think the number was 47. It's somewhere in the high 40s of veterans that are coming. So it's a great, since we've gone to an entire district, our high school kids are so talented. Our middle school students are doing research and sharing things. This time was about the flag and the history of the flag. And then our elementary kids steal the show every year by singing a song like America the Beautiful. It was really, really good. I get goosebumps just thinking about it, because it was such a good ceremony. So I don't know if anybody was there, if anybody had heard any comments. It's something we really should be proud of as a district. So, Rini, any thoughts? Did you hear anything?
I sort of was positive on the veteran side. Very grateful.
Yeah, no, the thankfulness comes through in how we do it, and that's a piece I'm most proud of. Yeah. And the credit goes to Cindy and Debbie. They're really just organizing the entire district and getting, elementary music in, and getting our student council from middle school, plus our band and choir from high school. There's a lot that goes into it. So that's fantastic. Board retreat, remember next week, Monday, board retreat. Right now, they're getting back to me. We believe we can do it at the Bog again like we always have, and figure a 5 o'clock start time. Does that work for everybody if we do 5? If that's too early, I can push it back a half hour. But I felt like we were starting too late, and it wasn't giving us time to have the conversation. So We'll be posting that tomorrow, but let's figure at least 3 to 4 hours on that, because there's some good things we can talk about with the referendum, policy, just all kinds of really good stuff, so. This is the first notice of our spring school board elections, will be coming up. Who's up, Kim? You got Matt? Okay. So make sure you work with Kim, work with
Just two, right?
Matt, Chris, and two.
Matt.
Two, right?
Matt, Chris, okay. I thought I heard 3, 2, yeah. So,
I thought I was up. Oh, okay. I don't know if I did.
yeah,
Yes.
stuck with us. All
Oh,
right.
boy.
Make sure you guys talk to Kim so you can,
Competition being talked about?
what's that?
Just wonder if there's any competition rumors going on out there, or?
You guys coming back?
That's a good question. I put you on the spot.
What? Are there gonna be two incumbent
Really
candidates?
want to know, are you coming back? Can't resist that pay, huh?
Yeah. And I just wanted to throw out there, and some of you may know them, some may not. There is a group out there that has purchased the co-op, the old co-op downtown, and looking at putting kind of a community field house type thing in that space. So the co-op has kind of a cinder block building, and they're looking at doing some additions. And I just want to put it on our radar. They're looking at possibly doing an indoor turf kind of field house. Remember what we proposed with the referendum? Something on a smaller basis. If those plans continue to go through, I'll share that with the board, but that would be something that as a district, I would look at possibly finding space and rental and lease for a lot of our sports. We struggle, especially in spring, for baseball, for soccer, even some of our football in fall when the fields are wet. So I just want to put on our radar because I think as a district, we want to support businesses that are coming in our community and willing to invest. So it's really just in the concept area right now, but I want to make sure everybody knows about it. We can talk a bit more about that. And lastly, congratulations to Lee. Lee has been our cybersecurity champion, has been doing things at the state level. So Lee, you want to share the awards that you
Yeah,
received?
so, last month at the governor's secretary conference in May, several of us, well, the founding members of the Wisconsin Cyber Response Team got an award, and then several of us would have been active in doing responses, got an award with basic certificate of appreciation from the chief of or the head of the Department of Wisconsin Emergency Management, just thanking us for our volunteer work with trying to help, public entities in their times of crisis. And then also, this last week, this time I was down in Madison with a cyber live exercise where we were basically pretending